Hi guys, welcome back to my channel if you've been following us, and if you haven't and you are new here, hi, my name is Kat, and I am 8 weeks pregnant. I never thought that I would be saying those words, but I decided that a lot of things have been going on, so I should give an update. With that being said, a little bit before the pregnancy update, I wanted to let you guys know that yes, the time frame for YouTube is off. Like, how do I explain this? When I started doing my Zoom trainings and all that for teaching, I realized very quickly I was going to get overwhelmed. And so I filmed a whole bunch of videos and I scheduled them all to fill a month. And so all of September was filled with teaching and miscarriage type stuff. And I'm so happy I did that because things have been crazy this month. Well, not this month because it's now October, but last month was just, there was no way I was gonna be able to film, edit, be pregnant, and Zoom, and oh my gosh, things were very overwhelming for that first month. So things are slightly off with YouTube. With that being said, because of me realizing things were gonna get overwhelming, we're going back to in-person teaching soon, so I know I'm gonna be overwhelmed again. So what I've decided to do is, as I am filming this right now, I am 8 weeks pregnant. But when this comes out on YouTube, I will be 10 weeks pregnant. I've decided that I want to give myself a cushion of time to edit and film and just not have to worry. Because I've been enjoying making these, and I've been enjoying the comments, and I've been just enjoying being able to share and feel like, you know, like I'm have like a people to talk with, I guess. So I really would like a cushion of time so that I can continue to enjoy YouTube, because I'm afraid if I try to rush things and I'm getting really overwhelmed that I'm not going to enjoy YouTube anymore. And so I'm giving myself a cushion of time. So yes, the time frames are off. So when you're seeing this, I am 10 weeks pregnant, but right now I am 8. Kind of confusing, but I really need that cushion of time. Yeah, let's get into pregnancy updates. So if I keep looking down while I'm doing this, I have my phone, and I'm gonna continue to check like symptoms and stuff. So let me go back. I thought I had it up, didn't I? I thought I did. Yeah, okay. So if you don't know how I found out I was pregnant, am pregnant. I cannot believe I said was. You better still be pregnant. You better still be in there. But I found out, was supposed to get on Provera and decided I was going to take a pregnancy test just to make sure before I called the in-Fertility clinic, and it was positive. So I had no symptoms. I felt off, like I felt weird, but I thought I was stressing over school starting, and it was intense first few weeks of trying to do Zoom and groups and work with all the teachers and try to help the teachers with technology, and me trying to learn the technology. I'm like, oh my god. So I thought that I just felt off because I was overwhelmed. Maybe it was pregnancy, I don't know. But other than that, my boobs didn't hurt. I mean, nothing. Like, I didn't even have any, like, PMS symptoms or periods. None of that. Like, I don't know. But so with that being said, after I found out I was pregnant, though, 2 days after I found out, and my first HCG, I was 52. And so 2 days after I found that out, I started becoming really, really tired. Not to the point where I was like full-fledged, like I need to sleep right now, but I was tired. I was just walking was exhausting. I also noticed that I was constipated. That is a symptom. It's not fun. And then I went back for another HCG and found out that it was 256, and I was still exhausted. A day after I found out my levels were 256, my boobs actually started getting sore, my nipples started getting tender, and so I was like, okay, that was what I experienced last time, so, and so that happened for about a week, I believe. Let me check. I started getting like pelvic discomfort about a week after I found out. Like it was just sore, if that makes sense. Like I wasn't cramping, it was just like achy, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it other than I was just achy in my abdomen. Oh my gosh, and my back, my lower back was just achy. And still fatigue. And then I noticed I was getting very bloated. Like I felt humongous, and I'm like, there's no way I am showing, like there's no possible way. And then I went and I found out my levels were 7,514. And that's when things really started. I started getting really tired. Like I fell asleep on the sofa, like sitting on the sofa. My husband was playing a game, and I put my head back just for a second. Like I didn't even think I was gonna fall asleep. I put my head back, and I just was gone. I was just out, and I woke up to my husband giggling, and I was like, I'm awake. And he's like, no, you weren't, you were snoring. And then another few days went by, and I was like, I'm tired. Like, I didn't feel like I was going to go to sleep. Sitting on the sofa again, watching TV, like a good show even. Like, I was wanting to watch it. And all of a sudden, I woke up because this is what happened. Ready? What? That's how I've been taking naps. I've been just falling asleep, just randomly. That's how tired I am. I'm exhausted. And then I've been going to sleep early. So I've been taking these like little cat naps, then going to sleep early and still waking up exhausted. I wake up and I'm like, I don't want to get up. I don't want to. But of course I have to. But I'm like, oh my God. I'm so tired. The exhaustion. Oh my God. I never expected that. I really didn't. I know I've watched pregnancy videos and things, and I've heard about the exhaustion, but I never thought like that it would be like this. Like, oh, yeah, it's bad. But anyway, that went on for about a week, and then September 25th. So, let's see, that was 2.5 weeks after I found out I was pregnant. We went in for our first ultrasound, and the baby was too small to measure, but we could see the flickering of like the heartbeat, so that was also too small to hear, but we could see it. And that's when things really kicked off. I, the next day, did not want to eat at all. Like, nothing sounded good. My husband would mention breakfast, and I was like, I want to puke. Do not mention breakfast to me. And so I was eating like just crackers, and I was like, I have to eat something. Like, I can't not eat. And so I was like forcing myself to eat. And so the nausea and the morning sickness was just horrible. And so I have not been wanting to eat at all. Food does not sound good at all. Nothing. Not my favorite foods. I don't want them. Just I don't. Not even things that I didn't like. I just don't want food. And I told my husband, I never thought I would say this, but that I hate food. I love food. Food is like my love. I love cooking. I love eating. I love food. I love trying new food places. I love food. And so my husband was like, "Do you hate food?" As of right now, I hate food. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate food. I just... So I've been force feeding myself, like, because I notice when I am on an empty stomach, the nausea gets worse. So I have to eat, but nothing sounds good. It's the worst feeling in the world. I mean, I'm happy, so I don't want anyone to think that I'm not enjoying being pregnant, but because I am. I'm loving it. But I keep telling my belly, please stop making me hate food. I love it so much. Since finding out I was pregnant, so when I first found out I was pregnant on September 8th, I was 140 pounds, which is actually the biggest I've ever been. I just always been small, but progesterone and everything from the IUI cycle the last round made me gain weight, and so I had gained about 10 pounds because I was 130, and so I gained about 10 pounds, and I was 140 on September 8th. As of right now, when I'm filming this, I am 130 pounds. So I've lost weight. Yeah, which I'm hoping that's okay. Everything I've been reading says it's okay. I mean, I'm trying to eat, and I am eating, but it's like, it's bad. It's really bad. But then we went for our second ultrasound. And that one, we actually found out that I was 6 weeks and 4 days. So we officially had a time frame, which actually made perfect sense because, like I said, this was a complete surprise. And so when I was looking at, like, from my last bleed, because it was a miscarriage, so I'm going to call it a bleed. I'm not going to call it a period. It was not a period. But from that time frame to when I should have been able to get measurements and stuff, I should have been about 9 weeks, and I was like, that's not possible. I went home, my husband and I weren't doing things, like, that's not possible. But this time frame that we now have of 6 weeks, 4 days makes perfect sense. I had went home for a week, came home, and we must have, like, thank you, we must have been extremely, like, blessed, because we did things as soon as I got home, and that would have been when I ovulated. Like, they told me, oh, it should have been this day, like, after looking at everything, because I was like, I don't know when this happened. And it would have been that day. So, thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you. Yeah, so that's pretty much been everything. Exhaustion, constipation, and morning sickness. That is pretty much my life right now. Every single day. And I'm unbelievably happy to do it. I'm so happy to do it. I would do anything for this baby. But I cannot wait to get out of the first trimester. I cannot wait. It's like, Anyway, so I have finally made my first appointment with, I'm gonna rotate. I'm sitting on my knees and my legs falling asleep. Ouch. Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit shorter. I finally made an appointment. Actually, let me fix you. that works, I guess. Okay. I finally made an appointment with my actual OB/GYN. They didn't have an appointment until November 22nd. I would be like, what? 14 weeks? Yeah, I think. So I was like, and she's like, yeah, because our insurance has several hospitals, and so the hospital I want to go to, because it's literally, I'd say about 5 minutes down the road, maybe about 10, that was their earliest appointment. And so she scheduled me for a different hospital with a completely different doctor that's about 20 minutes away, and I'm not looking forward to it. It's not in the greatest of areas in Orange County, but yeah, not looking forward to it. But it's a one appointment. So the initial appointment, for some reason, they didn't have one in the hospital that's near us, but for my second for my second appointment, they have one at that hospital for November 3rd. So I do have an appointment. It is next Friday. So I will be 9 weeks pregnant when I go, and I'm hoping that I can add that to the actual ultrasound video I'm making. So I'm holding off on scheduling that one and all that, but that video will be out before this one. So if you haven't seen the ultrasounds of all the ultrasounds I've done, I will be 3 hopefully if I can add that one to it. I recommend going and watching that one. Yeah. But hopefully it goes well, and yeah. I've never done this before, but I know that I love seeing the progression of the belly, and so I figured I would show you the belly. And because I'm not really showing, but I am really bloated, so I'm assuming it's bloat. I don't know. I went to my friend's wedding, and of course it was tiny 30-person backyard wedding because of, pandemic. But I wore a dress that I've worn all the time, and I pointed out to her, I'm like, do you see this? And I was poking my belly, and she's like, oh my gosh, actually, yeah, you have like a pooch. And I don't usually, I don't stick out as much as I am right now. So I don't know if it's in my head or if I'm really actually sticking out. But I know I'm only 8 weeks pregnant, so I don't think that it's big yet. Thinking it's bloating, but I don't know. Still, it's fun. Yeah. So I guess I will show you that. But I'll probably end it with that. So with that being said, if you haven't subscribed, I recommend subscribing so that you can follow us on this journey and all this crazy miracle surprise baby that, yeah, it's amazing. So I'll see you in the next one.